Imagine this. You're a rich and successful businessman, living the dream you've had since childhood. But suddenly, a heart attack takes your life. And just like that, everything ends. Or so you thought. Next thing you know, you've been reborn into a poor family. Today's story follows our main character, Jin Seong-guk. Let's dive in and see how he faces challenges in his new life and whether he can reclaim his old dreams, this time with a brand new identity. The news broadcast plays on TV. The reporter is covering a major story about one of the top 3 conglomerates in the country. After 13 hours of intense discussions at the shareholder meeting, Samjo Group has chosen a new chairman, the news anchor announces. The scene shifts from a massive conference hall to a luxurious office where Jin Seong-guk sits comfortably in his chair, watching the news. MC smirks confidently. Yeah, keep praising me. I am the real king of Samjo Group. He leans back, lost in thought. Reaching this moment wasn't easy. I studied abroad, avoided my foolish siblings, and cleaned up the mess my uncle created. I handled the nightmare of an arranged marriage with strategy and charm. On top of that, I built myself a flawless public image. That's why I'm the most admired third-generation heir. MC looks out the window at the city skyline, then at his own reflection in the mirror. It's only natural that I'm the master of Samjo Group. Now that the real leader is here, it's time to clean up the trash. A devilish smile appears on his face. First order of business, get rid of John Tegu and his lackeys. Suddenly, MC's expression changes. His chest tightens, his heart pounds, and his phone slips from his hand. Panic washes over him as pain surges through his body. No, my grandfather, the founder of Samjo Group, he died of a heart attack too. MC collapses to the ground, gasping for breath. No, this can't be happening. I refuse to go out like this. Darkness creeps in as his vision fades. His breathing slows, and the world turns pitch black. Then, light returns. The scene changes to a small house. A little boy is playing on the floor, while his parents watch him lovingly. His mother, Kim So-young, age 21, smiles and says, "Honey, don't you think our Seong-guk is super handsome?" His father, John Ji-seo, grins. "He's even cuter than most celebrity babies." The camera zooms in on the baby, who suddenly covers his mouth, his eyes widening. Baby MC thinks to himself, "Lucky you!" He clenches his tiny fists in frustration. What the hell is this? Where's my perfect body? 183 centimeters in height, 75 kilograms of solid muscle, my record-breaking weightlifting stats? Where did they all go? Tearing up, baby MC cries out internally, "How did I end up as this tiny, stubby, 3 heads tall thing?" Then, flashes of his past life return. A prestigious family, an impressive physique, a flawless resume. I was Jin Seong-guk, a ruler in my own right. And now, I've been born into a poor family? He looks at his new parents, a young couple in their 20s, both from orphanage backgrounds, with no wealth or status. This is my new family. Memories of his previous life's final moments rush back. I was celebrating with my favorite wine, Chateau Sonal. A single bottle cost 4 million won. And now? Just then, his mom picks him up, smiling sweetly. "All right, baby, let's have some milk." MC's eyes widen in shock. His expression says it all. What? His mother brings over a baby bottle, and the moment he sees it, his mouth starts watering on its own. A narration explains, "In a baby's body, the first thing you can't fight is hunger." His mom coos, "Seong-guk, you're eating so well. Such a good baby." MC, still in disbelief, thinks, should I call this the best day of my life? Or the weirdest? Being a baby is one thing, but dealing with these two is a whole other challenge. They're so affectionate. I've never known what parental love feels like. A flashback shows MC's past life. His mother rushes out the door saying, "Handle your responsibilities yourself." I'm late for work. His father, with a strict tone, orders, "Jeonseong, take good care of your younger brother." His older brother, Tae-guk, appears. Their father continues, "You're the eldest. It's your responsibility. If your little brother needs anything, he'll ask you." MC's eyes snap open, bringing him back to his new reality. This is so different. But now's not the time to get emotional. His new mom calls out to him, and his dad chuckles. "Feeling sleepy after eating?" MC thinks, "No, I need to figure this out." But despite his best efforts, his tiny baby body betrays him. His eyelids grow heavy. Ugh, this body doesn't listen to me at all. Soon he drifts off to sleep. MC's parents sit together, relaxing after putting him to sleep. His mom stretches and says, "Let's just sit and watch some TV while he naps." His dad nods. "Sounds good. Let's just relax." Suddenly, a breaking news report flashes on the TV screen. The anchor reports, "Breaking news, John Jason, chairman of Samjeon Group, has been accused of bribery. New details have emerged in the gift box bribery case." MC's eyes suddenly snap open. He turns toward the TV, his heart racing. His mom chuckles, "Look, honey, Seong-guk sat up all by himself." But MC isn't paying attention to her. His mind is elsewhere. "Wait, that's my grandfather, my late grandfather." In the MC is shown crawling toward the TV, staring at the screen with intense focus. The news anchor continues. Today's top story. Many of you have heard about the infamous Apple Box bribery case. Chairman John Jason of Samjeon Group has personally appeared in court today. MC's thoughts race. This is insane. I remember this moment vividly. When I was 10 years old, my grandfather was caught in this bribery scandal. He bribed politicians by stuffing cash into Apple boxes, and then he had to face trial. Those who feared Samjeon Group's growing power used this as an opportunity to take us down, branding our company as corrupt. A dirty company built on bribery. MC grits his teeth. Nonsense. Money is real power. And connections? They're the ultimate superpower. People think they can slowly save their way to wealth? That's nothing but a fairy tale for the poor. MC's mind flashes back to the day of his grandfather's trial. I remember it clearly. The day Grandpa appeared in court, he asked me, his 10-year-old grandson, to push his wheelchair. It was just a publicity stunt to gain sympathy, but to me, it meant something else entirely. That was the day I showed the world who the real heir of Samjeon Group was. But that idiot, my foolish younger brother, ruined everything. Memories of his younger brother flood his mind. He used studying abroad as an excuse to run away. And what did he do? He wasted his life, partying and getting hooked on drugs. The real problem isn't that I've turned into a baby, or that I've gone back in time. The real issue is my fate, my position. Everything is about to be stolen from me. The scene shifts. MC's mom walks in, carrying a cup. "Seong-guk, look, Mommy brought you some tasty apple juice." But MC doesn't even glance at her. He just keeps staring at the TV. His mom frowns slightly. What's with him? Why is he acting so strange? Just then, MC's dad walks in and announces, "Honey, I'm back. My boss gave me some leftover meat today." MC's dad heads to the kitchen, getting ready to cook. But before he can start, his wife stops him and subtly gestures toward MC. MC's dad turns his head and raises an eyebrow. Is he still watching TV? His mom sighs. Yeah, and the weirdest part, he only watches the news. If I change the channel or turn it off, he starts crying. MC's dad chuckles. Leave it to me. He walks over to the TV and gently says, Son, Daddy's home now. Let's stop watching TV and play together, okay? MC glares at his father and swats his hand away. I don't have time for this nonsense. I need to gather as much information as possible about Samjon Group, my grandfather, and most importantly, how to get back into my real body. Before he can think any further, his dad switches off the TV. With a firmer tone, he says, You haven't eaten all day. Come on, eat something first. Then you can rest. Frustration wells up inside MC, and suddenly, his tiny body betrays him. Tears start rolling down his cheeks. His mom immediately picks him up, rocking him gently to calm him down. Inside, MC is screaming, You have no idea how hard I worked to secure my position as the rightful heir of Samjon Group. Am I really going to lose it all this easily? MC's mom softly whispers, Seongguk, be a good boy, okay? Just rest for today. Tomorrow, I'll let you watch TV again. His body slowly relaxes, and he drifts off to sleep. But even in his sleep, his thoughts are still racing. Maybe this is happening because I've become a baby. I feel like I'm getting dumber by the second. My emotions are all over the place. My thoughts are getting simpler. And every time this woman pats me, I fall asleep without even realizing it. Later that night, MC's parents sit together, talking in hushed voices. His dad sighs. Yuna, I know you've been really worried about Seongguk. This must be a tough time for you. His mom nods, her expression filled with concern. Yeah, it's been almost a year, and he still hasn't called me mom, or you dad even once. All he does is stare at the news screen. I don't know much about parenting, and I'm scared I might be raising him the wrong way. His dad takes her hands gently. So-yeon, we may not have much, but the love we give him is real, right? Don't worry too much. Our son will grow up just fine. We just have to trust him. A few days later, MC sits slumped against the wall, looking exhausted. I'm so tired. I kept pretending to sleep just so I could secretly watch the news. But even after all that, I haven't figured anything out. I've hit a dead end. Just then, his mom walks into the room with a bright smile. Seongguk, you're not watching TV today? You don't want to see the news? MC glances at her and sighs internally. Yeah, I've given up. His mom tilts her head, thinking for a moment, then claps her hands together. How about we go outside for a bit? Let's take a walk to the market. I need to pick up a few things, and we can look at some flowers along the way. She scoops him up and heads toward the door. A cool breeze greets them as they step outside. She takes a deep breath and smiles. Wow, the weather is perfect today. Just then, someone calls out, Miss Yuna! From Unit 107, MC's mom turns to see a young woman walking toward them. Oh, Miss Landlady, heading to work? The landlady laughs and nods. Yep, I've got some business at the market, so I'm heading out early today. She waves goodbye and walks off. MC's mom smiles and waves back. Have a great day. Meanwhile, MC stares at the woman, deep in thought. Wait, the landlord of this building is that young? His mom gently pats his back. All right, Seongguk, let's get going too. MC and his mom arrive at the marketplace, where the streets are bustling with vendors and shoppers. His mom looks around with excitement. Look, we made it. The bean sprouts here are only 101. Let's hurry and do our shopping. I'm going to make some delicious soup today. MC watches his mom as she happily browses the stalls, but suddenly, a loud clang echoes through the air. A heavy steel shutter is falling from above. MC's eyes widen in horror. The shutter is falling from above. MC's eyes widen in horror. His mom looks up, and in an instant, She throws herself over MC, shielding him with her body. The shutter crashes down. Blood splatters across the ground. People around them scream in shock. The landlady rushes toward them, panic in her voice. "Miss Yuna, are you okay?" MC's mom groans in pain, but her eyes remain locked on her son. She whispers weakly, "Don't be scared, baby. Mommy's here. Mommy will protect you." MC's tiny hands tremble as tears stream down his face. "No, Mom, you can't die." The sound of ambulance sirens wail in the distance. Paramedics rush in, quickly assessing the situation. A female doctor examines MC's mom and speaks urgently. She has a head injury. Prepare for immediate surgery. Yet MC's mom slowly regains consciousness. She blinks as her vision clears, and the first thing she sees is her husband sitting beside her. MC's dad grips her hand tightly. "So, Yon, you're awake. Do you feel okay?" His mom's expression shifts as she suddenly remembers. She gasps, panic in her voice. "Wait, where's Seongguk? He was with me." MC's dad takes a deep breath and reassures her. "He's right here." The camera pans out, revealing little MC sitting next to his mother. His dad smiles gently. "Because of you, he's safe. But when you got hurt, he was really scared." He picks up MC and places him in his mother's arms. She wraps her arms around him tightly, whispering, "It's okay, baby. You must have been so scared, but Mommy's fine. I'm just so glad that you're safe, my little Seongguk." MC stares up at his mother, his tiny hands gripping her clothes as tears well up in his eyes. "Did you ever stop to think how precious your life is? What would we have done if something had really happened to you?" His mom glances at her husband, confusion on her face. "Honey, this hospital room, it looks like a private suite. Why did you get such an expensive room? My condition isn't that serious." MC's dad shifts awkwardly and clears his throat. "Well, the doctor said you needed complete rest." MC's mom furrows her brows. "Complete rest? But why?" Before she can finish, a notification flashes on the screen. For pregnant women, strict bed rest is required. Her eyes widen in shock. "Wait, does that mean—" MC's dad lets out a small laugh and nods. "Yep, that's right." Her face lights up with joy. "Really? I'm going to be a mom again?" Her husband gently squeezes her hand. "So for the next week, just focus on resting and getting better, okay?" The scene shifts to show the whole family, happily embracing the news. The atmosphere is warm and filled with joy. Just then, a nurse enters the room and softly says, "Visiting hours are almost over for today." MC's dad scratches his head sheepishly. Yeah, I should get going." He turns to his wife and says, "So, Yon, get some rest. I'll be back tomorrow." She smiles at him. "Take care on your way home, honey." MC watches as his dad picks him up. His tiny cheeks turn a little red, but before he can react, his dad gently lifts him into his arms and starts walking out. It's nighttime, and they stroll along the quiet streets. His dad looks down at him with a warm smile. "All right, son, let's go home." A bus passes by, but MC's dad doesn't get on. MC notices this right away. "Wait, does that mean we can't even afford bus fare?" He glances up at his father. Are we really that poor? But then a different thought crosses his mind. This man, he works tirelessly every day for his family. And my mother, she risked her life to protect me without a second thought. MC stares at his father for a moment. Then, for the first time, he softly says, "Dad." His father stops walking, completely stunned. He blinks in disbelief before breaking into a wide smile. "Did you just call me Dad?" MC's dad looks like he might cry from happiness. It was the first time MC had ever addressed him that way. His father chuckles, holding him close. My son just called me dad. This is the best day ever. As they continue walking, MC quietly thinks to himself, these people, they're my real family now. 1 week later, MC's mom is finally discharged from the hospital. To celebrate, the family holds a small party at home. MC and his parents are dressed in new clothes. His mom beams with happiness. She turns to her husband and says, "Honey, don't you think our son looks incredibly handsome today?" His dad chuckles. "Absolutely. He's even cuter than those celebrity babies." They both admire MC, snapping photos of him. But deep inside, MC is thinking something else. Is this really the time to be celebrating? You guys worked so hard to pay off the hospital bills, you even tried to save on bus fare. When every single penny matters, shouldn't you be avoiding unnecessary expenses like a birthday party? But then MC pauses. That's how I used to think. But now, I finally get it. This is love. This is the kind of love that money can't buy. The kind of love where someone would risk their life for you without hesitation. A small smile forms on his lips as he starts playing with his parents. During the past week, while mom was in the hospital, I made a decision. I have to start taking action. MC looks up at his parents and thinks, to be honest, my parents will never escape poverty on their own. They don't understand investing or financial planning. They don't even have savings because they barely earn enough to survive. And the worst part, a massive economic crisis is coming soon. Just then, the doorbell rings. MC turns toward his mom. "Who is it?" A voice from outside answers. "Miss Soyeon, it's me, Kim Young, your landlord." MC's mom opens the door. The landlady steps inside and smiles. "I heard you got discharged from the hospital, so I wanted to check on you. Oh, by the way, have you ever considered letting your son become a child actor?" MC's eyes widen slightly. Scene transitions to an audition venue. A large sign stands outside the building. Open auditions for child actors, looking for the next generation of stars. MC's mom stares at the sign. "So, this is the place?" MC glances up at the building and thinks, "Looks decent. They must have invested a lot of money into this place." Just then, Seongguk's mother mutters, "What should I do? I hope I didn't come here for nothing." Seongguk looks at his mother and says, "What are you saying?" "This is a golden opportunity for me." His mother sighs and steps inside the building, thinking, "Well, let's go in." Flashback. A few days earlier, Seongguk's parents were speaking with their landlord, a woman who seemed to have some important connections. Seongguk's parents, surprised, ask, "A child actor?" The landlord lady nods. "The company I work for is shooting a TV commercial for a major corporate group. We're looking for an important child actor through auditions." Looking at Seongguk, she adds, "Your child is quite beautiful, and I think he has talent." Back to the present. The scene shifts to the audition venue, where many parents have gathered with their children. Seongguk smirks slightly and thinks, "See, those who are meant to succeed will always succeed. This is my chance to make money." He recalls his past life. Since childhood, I was always surrounded by cameras. Makeup and camera work were basic skills for me. That's why I was often called someone who could be both a businessman and an actor. A simple audition like this, I can win it easily. I'll take all the prize money and guaranteed contracts and reinvest that money. Just then, the elevator arrives. Seongguk's mother steps forward to enter. But suddenly someone shouts, "What do you think you're doing? You can't go in yet." Seongguk and his mother turn to see a woman stepping into the elevator with another lady carrying a baby. Seongguk's mother asks, "Why can't I go in first?" Now, all three of them are inside the elevator. The woman with a rude tone says, "I'm in a hurry. Get out of my way." Seongguk's attention shifts to the baby, who keeps staring at him. He starts feeling annoyed. Meanwhile, his mother turns to the other lady and says, "Your son is really cute." The lady replies, "He's not my son. He's my young master." Hearing this, the first woman snorts and says, "Don't say things like that. You're here for the audition too, aren't you? Are you trying to size up the competition? No matter how hard you try, only our Jay will win." Seongguk clenches his fists in anger. The woman notices his reaction and looks surprised. Why is this kid so mad? She wonders. Meanwhile, Seongguk observes her closely. She's wearing expensive clothes and even has a nanny with her. That means she's from a rich family. But that doesn't matter. I'm still gonna win, and I'll completely crush them in this audition. Now, the scene shifts back to the audition venue. A little girl is asked to look at the camera, but the bright lights make her uncomfortable, and she struggles to act. Next, it's the turn of the same baby, Seongguk, met in the elevator. One of the men in the audience murmurs, "Oh, isn't that the wife of Dag Bong Paper?" The woman replies arrogantly, "Stop talking and just watch." Seongguk and his mother are surprised. Dag Bang Paper? Seongguk thinks. So they're from that family. Their company is a mid-sized business. Let's see how talented their child is. The audition begins. The child is asked to smile for the camera. But instead of smiling, the baby looks scared and starts crying. One of the judges frowns. If he keeps crying, it'll be hard to move forward. The woman, however, starts arguing. Meanwhile, the director, already frustrated because he hasn't found a single good child actor, loses his patience. Irritated, he orders, "Assistant director, please take them outside and let them calm down. The audition will continue." Now, it's finally Seongguk's turn. He is seated in front of the camera. The assistant director says, "All right, let's start your audition." Seongguk's mother is about to say his name when suddenly the first woman steps forward and says, "Move aside. I need to see properly." Seongguk smirks internally. "Yeah, watch closely, because now I'll show you exactly why I succeed and why your child doesn't." The audition begins. Seongguk flashes a pure, innocent smile. The director's face instantly lights up. "Amazing! This kid is a genius." He observes Seongguk from different angles and is impressed by how naturally he acts. The director immediately says, "Start the recruitment process right away." Seongguk's mother, overwhelmed with emotion, thinks, "My son, he's a genius." Then the director turns to her and says, "Miss Seongguk's mother, I'm director Kyeog Jun-na. Your son is truly incredible. Do you have any contract conditions in mind?" The story begins inside an audition hall, where the director and Seongguk's mother are having a conversation. Seongguk's mom is anxious and asks the director, "Director, does Seongguk really have talent?" The director smiles and replies, "I got a little too excited and made a quick decision. But yes, Seongguk is incredibly talented. He wasn't just natural in front of the camera, but he followed every direction perfectly, as if he instinctively knew everything." Seongguk, with a cute expression, thinks to himself, "Well, I actually did understand everything." The director excitedly continues, "I'm really looking forward to working with him." Suddenly, a woman storms into the hall. She's the same one from the elevator scene in the previous episode. Furious, she shouts, "What on earth is going on here? The final audition hasn't even taken place, yet you're all acting like the winner has already been chosen. Is this fair?" Her anger intensifies as she says, "I can only accept Jay, no one else." The scene then shifts to the audition results being displayed on a screen. The final list contains only two names, Seongguk and Jay, the child of the arrogant woman. Outside, Seongguk's mother and the woman anxiously wait for the results. Seeing Seongguk's name on the list, his mother smiles with pride and says, "Our Seongguk made it to the final round." Among all those beautiful and talented children, our son stood out as the best. However, her expression suddenly changes as Gina, the maid who always accompanies the woman, steps forward. Gina asks, "Madam, is something wrong?" Seongguk's mother replies, "I need to use the bathroom." Gina nods. "Give me the baby, and you can go quickly." Handing over Seongguk, his mother leaves. Now, the maid is holding both babies, Seongguk and Jae. She looks at Seongguk with curiosity and whispers, "The more I look at this baby, the more I feel like he's different. This child is special." Just then, the woman turns toward the maid, furious. "Are you serious?" she yells. The maid, startled, quickly lowers her head. The woman continues shouting, "I'm already irritated that Jay is being compared to this child. Do you really want to lose your job?" Terrified, the maid stammers, "No, madam. I made a mistake." Seongguk watches the entire scene unfold, growing more and more furious. In his mind, he thinks, "Look at the way she talks. So arrogant. If only I could slap her, I'd feel a lot better." At that moment, the assistant director rushes in and starts talking to the woman. "I was just about to call you," he says. Looking around nervously, he asks, "Where are Seongguk's parents?" The woman answers, "They haven't arrived yet. They left the baby with someone else, so feel free to talk." Seongguk watches the interaction closely. The woman, still annoyed, says, "Is this really fair? I only signed up to create some memories, but now my son Jay has to compete with this child? Wasn't my son already chosen as the winner?" The assistant director hesitates, but replies, "Yes, madam, that's correct, but this is just a formality." Seongguk thinks, this is exactly how corruption works. The winner was decided in advance, and the audition is just a show. They're using other kids just to promote their own. The assistant director adds, "Madam, please bear with this a little longer. If the director finds out, it'll cause problems." The woman scoffs. "The director doesn't know our family? Haven't the top officials already made their decision? What can the director do?" The assistant director argues. "The director has won many awards. Even the top officials can't override his decisions. We have to keep this hidden from him." The assistant director then asks, "You've prepared well for the final audition, right?" The woman replies confidently, "Of course. I hired a private tutor to train Jay properly." Seongguk listens, his anger growing. The assistant director smirks. "That's all we need." In the end, Jay, who has practiced a lot, will perform better than that other kid. He walks over to Jay and smiles. "All right, Jay, let's practice. Repeat after me." Seongguk's face turns serious for a moment. Then he gives a small smile. The scene shifts back to the audition. The camera turns on, and both Seongguk and Jay stand in front of it. Seongguk's mother prays silently, while he looks at her and gives a thumbs up. "Don't worry, just focus," he says, with confidence. The director calls out, "Action!" The assistant director says, "Kids, please look this way." Seongguk thinks to himself, following camera direction is also part of the score. I need to position myself correctly. Without hesitation, Seongguk moves directly toward the camera, while Jay turns to look at his mother. The woman, frustrated, tells him, "You need to face the camera." The director watches Seongguk closely and murmurs, "Should we start with Guk instead?" The assistant director prompts, "The lines," he thinks. Jay has memorized the script and practiced, while this kid knows nothing. He'll definitely fail. The assistant director says, "Seongguk, repeat after me." But instead of responding normally, Seongguk suddenly makes a cute face and blurts out, "Daddy." The assistant director is stunned. The director bursts out laughing. As expected, seekers never lie. The woman panics and shouts, "Wait, please look at Jay too." The director shifts his attention to Jay and gives him another chance. Hurriedly, the woman tells Jay, "Try Jay. Say daddy." Jay's face crumples and he starts crying instead. The woman, furious, exclaims, "No, this isn't right. I trained him for this." The director raises an eyebrow and asks, "Training?" The assistant director realizes that nothing can be done now. He sighs and announces, "I'm ending the audition here. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work." Seongguk smiles confidently and thinks to himself, "There's no turning back now. This body has already won." The announcer's voice echoes through the hall. "Find the next generation child actor." The final winner of the audition, Lee Jae. Seongguk's mother is in shock. Stay tuned for the next episode, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing manhwa explanations.